won. Anthony killed it. Listen, a lot of questions, blah blah blah. Only one my answer. Anthony Joshua is Olympic champion. Yeah. First, Jack Paul is sportsman, YouTuber, showman. Rolls Royce, Fiat.
And that's just going to make him more dangerous. He's going to be terrifying, and he's going to have a lot to prove. He's going to be very angry that Jake Paul wants to fight him. Knows how to keep that stick in your face. He will keep that jab in his face, and that right hand, if it hits you, you're fucked.
There's no way in my mind I can see Jake Paul getting an upset or beating Anthony Joshua. It's a whole different ballgame. This guy's a heavyweight. He's an Olympian. He's a world champion. He's all these different.
Experts are warning Jake Paul about Anthony Joshua's power, especially as AJ looks sharp and strong in training camp. Analysts say Joshua's size, speed, and knockout ability make him extremely dangerous, and even one small mistake from Jake could be costly. While Jake has clearly improved through hard work in the gym, many experts stress that he is entering a completely higher level of boxing. Former trainer Shane Mosley shared similar concerns, saying he just does not see how it works for Jake. He believes simply surviving the fight will be Jake's biggest challenge, as Joshua's strength and experience are far beyond anything Jake has faced before.
Of Jake potentially pulling this off, can he get the upset? And what would it take?
There's no way in my mind I can see Jake Paul getting an upset or beating Anthony Joshua. It's a whole different ballgame. This guy's a heavyweight. He's an Olympian. He's a world champion. He's all these different things. And Jake Paul is moving up to heavyweight, and they say Anthony Joshua's chinny, but he's chinny with people that are real heavyweights that punch hard, not with cruiserweights or the heavyweights. So, with that being said, I mean, if Nate Diaz could take Jake Paul's punch at their particular weight, then what do you? I mean, you don't think Anthony Joshua would take Jake Paul's punch at that weight? I don't understand. I just can't see it. I think that it's a great publicity stunt, I guess, or whatever. But I can't see Jake beating Anthony Joshua. I just can't see it.
You're not training with him for this fight, right?
No, I'm not training for this fight. If I was,
there we go. What would you tell him?
If I was training with him,
what kind of game plan, right?
I wouldn't even know what to tell him.
You'd be at a loss?
I'd be like,
would you take the job? Yes, right?
I mean, I'd take it for him not to get hurt.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna. I can't say that I would say I think he's gonna win, but I would try different ways of like maybe trying to move around or get up under him or hold him a certain way. Maybe there's something in there that he sees that he can try.
Boxing agent Sam Jones has also raised serious concerns about Jake Paul taking on Anthony Joshua, calling the fight extremely dangerous. Jones warned that if AJ lands one clean punch, the results could be devastating. He compared Joshua's power to what he has shown against big, strong opponents, stressing that Jake must fully respect AJ's size, strength, and knockout ability. According to Jones, one mistake could change everything in seconds. He also pointed out that this fight cannot realistically be fixed. If Jake were to beat Joshua fairly, it would be one of the biggest upsets in boxing history. His comments highlight the huge gap in power, skill, and experience between the two fighters and explain why so many experts are urging caution.
Really wrong. If like I say, you want him to come out. No matter what anybody thinks about Jake Paul, you want him to get out of the ring and be safe. But the reality is, if AJ hits him like the same way he hit Francis Ngannou, he could brown bread him, Jim.
So some would say it's scripted. Do you go with that?
No, I don't think it is, because I don't think Eddie or AJ would participate if it was scripted. That would affect AJ's legacy. Because, for example, if AJ somehow on this earth manages to get through a few rounds, or I mean, if he wins, people are on about, oh, it's a huge no, it's the biggest upset in the history of sport, period, if he beat Anthony Joshua. I don't think you understand it, how one-sided this fight should be. We're talking about a very recent unified heavyweight champion of the world against Jake Paul, who lost to Tommy Fury. That's the reality of what we're looking at here.
You watch it?
I've never denied I'll watch it, because it's like when Simon Cowell used to get excited over magicians trying to climb out of a box. It's the jeopardy involved of trying to climb out the box, because you think, oh my life, what could go wrong here? That's what I'm watching it for the potential. I'm just being honest. I will watch it, but I just think that.
Do you think it's scripted?
No. I mean, I spoke to Eddie. Eddie thinks he'll get him out there without one big shot, but a cluster of punches will take him out. Because if he does take a big shot, like Ngannou took, he's going to get hurt, but he's going to get hurt anyway. That's the nature of the business. People do get hurt in a boxing ring. The best fighters get hurt. So he's not immune to it. The interesting thing will be is exactly how the conclusion of the fight will be and how it gets sold into the public, because people are going to fly around. I was going to go there and watch it, not because I felt the fight had any meaning, but because I wanted to understand the scale of what's going on with Netflix and what's the scale of something like this that can generate 150 million, because there's only one reason Anthony Joshua's going in there.
Anthony Joshua has been completely locked in during his training camp, focusing only on preparation for the Jake Paul fight. With a contract weight limit of 245 pounds, AJ has slimmed down and is said to look leaner and sharper than he has in years, showing a ripped physique from intense training. He is working with top coaches and taking the fight very seriously, staying isolated to keep his mind fully on winning. This focused approach reflects his background as a two-time world champion and Olympic gold medalist, showing that he is fully committed to being ready on fight.
So what am I bringing differently? I wouldn't say a new mindset, but definitely like a new perspective. But ultimately, everything new has to lead to a win. So yeah, that's what I'll focus.
MMA analyst Chael Sonnen has broken down the Jake Paul versus Anthony Joshua matchup and highlighted just how difficult it is for Jake. Sonnen explained that even if Jake had extra advantages or tricks, the size difference alone makes it very hard for him to reach Joshua effectively. The fight has been promoted as a David versus Goliath story, with a smaller and less experienced Jake Paul facing a much bigger and more accomplished Anthony Joshua. While this creates excitement, Sonnen warns that the danger is very real. Joshua's weight, reach, and natural power give him a massive edge, making Jake's task extremely risky. Sonnen also criticized the promoters, saying the fight has been marketed poorly. He believes the hype focuses too much on spectacle and not enough on the real imbalance inside the ring, calling the matchup largely one-sided due to the clear gap in size, experience, and skill.
In front of this, it says there is no way on this earth that Jake Paul is going to knock out Anthony Joshua, because he's right. If they let him get in there with a shovel, he still wouldn't get the shovel to Joshua's head, and if he did, he wouldn't generate enough power to knock him out. All right? There's no way on earth, are the words of a world champion, and he's right. From a man who's half his size and had everyone talking trash on social media, to all of a sudden Jake Paul's the small guy, and he's taking on Joshua, who's towering over him. Now, what Bisping's referencing there is that when Jake Paul was preparing for this very date, for this very event on Netflix, he was getting ready for Tank Davis, where Jake himself had a huge size advantage, admitting that size matters. Just saying that my lack of experience can be balanced by me having 30, 40 pounds on you. Now all of a sudden that argument goes away, and that's what Bisping is speaking to. Bisping says he hits harder, referring to Joshua. He's the bigger man, talking about Joshua. He's got the longer reach. He's an Olympic champion. Jake Paul is not going to go out there and turn into a real-life David versus Goliath. That ain't happening. Everyone should know it. This fight has been frowned upon, not only because of the suggestions that the fight might be fixed, but also from people in the boxing world that look at this fight as a spectacle, a circus, a sideshow attraction. And for those reasons, this is a...
Joe Rogan has also delivered a strong warning to Jake Paul about Anthony Joshua's knockout power. Rogan said that while Jake has fought former champions before, none of them compared to an Olympic gold medalist and former heavyweight world champion like Joshua. He stressed that AJ's power, combined with his experience at the highest level, creates a completely different challenge. Rogan warned that underestimating Joshua could be very dangerous, as Jake will be dealing not only with skill, but with the full force of a true heavyweight puncher. His comments underline how serious this fight is and how much preparation Jake will need to survive Joshua's strength.